Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Sarah. Welcome back to my channel. And before I get started with today's video, remember to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to the post notifications, and without further ado, let's get on with the video. So today's video is going to be a very special video. I'm going to be doing a reading vlog, but not just any reading vlog. This is going to be Brooklyn Chooses My Reads Part 2 Kindle Edition vlog. And I'm so excited for this. If you didn't know or didn't see, several months back near the beginning of the year, Brooklyn and I did a collab like this before where we chose two books off of each other's physical TBR and we read them in vlogs. So if you want to see those videos, I will have them linked down below. I highly recommend you go check them out. I am so proud of how that video turned out and I had so much fun and I can't wait for this time. This time we have chosen two books off of each other's Kindle shelves and we're going to be reading those books. I am hoping to love them. I am so excited for the books Brooklyn has chosen for me. And without further ado, let's just get into what those books are. So we have two books. The first book is Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. I am very excited for this. This is like a YA new adult romance. I hear it's very emotional, very tugs at your heartstrings, and I'm very excited. The other book is Manhunt by Vanessa Vale, and this one I think is small town adult contemporary romance, and that's really all I know about it. I am so excited to get to these books. So the first one I'm going to be starting off with is Binding 13, and also I'm doing something I've never done before that I don't think I've done this before. I am filming two vlogs at once. I know a lot of booktubers do this, but I've kind of been avoiding it. So this is going to be interesting. I'm filming another vlog where I'm reading different books for just a regular vlog. And then I'll be filming this one at the same time. But I'm going to go start Binding 13. So I've made it to the start of chapter 4 of Binding 13. And so far I'm really liking this book. So her life is difficult. Our main character is Shannon. And she has a difficult home life and school life. So she transfers to this more elite private school type thing. And she gets there and then we meet Johnny and he gets upset when his coach says to take a break from the rugby team. And he ends up kicking a ball off in his distance, not really caring where it goes. And it ends up hitting Shannon in the head. But the second he meets her, he is so kind to her and cares so much about her. I mean, he did hit her in the head with the rugby ball, but it's still so sweet that he cares so much and he's trying to make sure she's okay. He doesn't want to get in trouble, so that's part of the reason, but I can tell that he cares and I can already feel something between them. And I really, really like it so far, even though I'm only like 5% in or something. I'm only on chapter 4, but I'm really liking it. And I can't wait to continue reading, so let's go do that. I'm 18% into Binding 13, and I am obsessed with this book. I am loving every minute of it. Oh my god, this book is incredible. If you have not read it, go read it. It is just, I love these characters, and the story is so good. And I love how much he cares about her, and even though he's staying away from her, he can't help but take glances at her and think about her all the time, and it is just so good. It's so good. I don't have it. There's no other words I can say besides I love this book. And I'm going to go continue reading because I am obsessed and cannot stop reading this book. I keep telling myself I'm going to stop after the end of a chapter. And these are pretty long chapters. But then I'm like, next one. I love this book so much. I'm 33% into Binding 13. And it's giving Max and Hall vibes. And I love that show so much. This book is incredible. So basically, I have just gotten to the point where they had an argument and she said she doesn't want to see him again or talk to him again. And I just think the characters in this book are so good together. And I'm really loving the story. And even though she's mad at him and they're not talking, I'm still so excited to go back and read some more of this book. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So let's get reading. I've made it 59% into Binding 13, and so much has happened. So her father is horrible. I hate him so much, and her mother is not great either. And basically, her brother, spoilers, her brother Joey just said he's not going home, and like he's leaving her to fend for herself and for their brothers. And yeah, that was emotional because, you know, he didn't mean it in a bad way. He would never want to do this. He just can't go back. And so he's leaving her there. Like he always promised he never would. He'd always promised he'd take her with him, but he's not going to. And she was just over at Johnny, our main male character's house, and he's desperately trying to find out who's been hurting her and what's going on, why she's always so afraid. She won't tell him, but I really hope he finds out soon and does something, because I really, her father's a horrible, horrible bastard, and I just want Johnny to step in and take her away from him, and they can be together and be happy, and that's all I want. I'm gonna go continue reading. Yes. So just ignore this giant pimple. I would have put concealer over it, but it hurts so bad. But I finished Binding 13 last night, and I loved this book. I gave it 5 stars. I also ordered the second book because I need to know what happens next. And this book was so good. It's like nothing I've ever read before, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I can't, there's not really anything I can compare it to. It's so unique, and it was a great book. And if the ending, the cliffhanger, I'm like, I can't believe they left it like that. I need the next one immediately. But I really enjoyed this, and I highly recommend it. So thank you, Brooklyn, for choosing it for me, because I loved it. And yeah, so next I'm going to be reading Manhunt. So let's go get reading. So I am currently on sprints right now, and I have made it to 10% of Manhunt, and I'm really liking it so far. That is only 2 chapters. This is a very, very short book. But so far, she was filling out a sex quiz that her friend made her fill out, but she accidentally sent it to her boss's boss, who she like has a secret crush on. But then she was at a coffee shop, and I think this is her boss, but he doesn't know who she is. She was like, saw him, and she's like, oh my God. She was staring at him. She's like, this is the guy. I'm not sure if it's her boss or her boss's boss. I'm a little confused, but yeah. And she spilled her drink on him. So of course she had to clean him up, and now he's taking off his shirt in the middle of the coffee shop because he has to put on a clean one. Okay. So I've made it to 34% of Manhunt, and I'm loving this book so much. It is so good. So he just read the email and was like so aroused by it, and they were making out, and things were going to go farther, but then she realized, no, you just are doing this because I sent you that quiz by mistake. And he's trying to convince her that he actually likes her, and she doesn't believe him. And that is the point I've gotten to, and I am loving this book so much. Thank you, Brooklyn, so much for choosing this book. I can't wait to go continue reading. I've made it to 46% of Manhunt, and I am still obsessed with this book. It is so cute. And he actually went to this, like, he was in this, like, animals from, like, the dogs from the shelter. They were in, like, a parade to try and get, like, people to adopt them, and he fell in love with the one that he was partnered up with, so he adopted him. And he also filled out the sex quiz and sent it back to her, and oh my God, she was pretty shocked, and so was I. He said everything and answered all the questions, and yeah, so now, because she still thinks he has leverage over her and he's going to use it against her, and he's like, no, I promise I won't, but she wasn't believing him. So he's like, here, now you have leverage over me. So now we're even. I won't, share yours because now you can share mine. And he put her as the person he wanted to do it with and put all of his wildest fantasies on the page in the email that he sent her. And so I really like this book. I love her main character so much, and I'm gonna go continue reading. I finished Manhunt. I gave it 5 stars. I love that book so, so much. It was so good. Fast-paced. I read it in 2 days, yesterday and today. And there is a quote I just have to share. So if you don't want to see a spicy, not really spoilery quote, just skip ahead a few seconds. I will pop it up on the screen now. And if you need more time to read it, you can always go back and pause the video. So thank you, Brooklyn, so much for doing this collab with me. You chose some amazing books. I gave both of these books 5 stars. Absolutely loved them. And hopefully you love the books I chose for you. If you guys want to see more collabs in the future, definitely let me know. And yeah, that is it for this video. I had so much fun filming this. And if you made it this far, please leave me what emoji should we do? A purple emoji, any purple emoji. And before you go, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. I'll see y'all next time. Bye, everyone.